everyone, I'm Melissa here and welcome to your Melissa Moment. Hello everyone, Melissa here. Welcome to your Melissa Moment and welcome to another fun Friday. And I can't think of anything more fun than opening packages. You guys, I don't know what it is. I love opening packages. I don't know. I love it. Anyway, we have a Temu package. I have been getting, I wouldn't say a lot of Temu, but I have been ordering from Temu probably more than anywhere else. If you haven't ordered from Temu yet, I suggest you check it out. I've had really good luck with Temu. And what I mean by really good luck is I've never had an issue with being charged too much or them stealing my credit card info or anything like that. Knock on wood, because I have heard some people say they've experienced those things. I personally have never. Number two, a lot of the items that I buy from Temu, you can find on Amazon for way more money on Amazon. Temu seems to be a lot cheaper. Not on everything, but on a lot of things. Also, most of the time, the description on Temu and the item I get matches. It's very rare that I get something that isn't what the description was. And when that does happen, a lot of times it's because I didn't read the description properly, or I didn't look at the sizing properly, or the measurements they give. A lot of the time it's just user error on my part. So I've been pretty happy with, I would say, 90% of things I've ordered from Temu. With that said, I've also haven't had any issues. If I do ever receive anything that's damaged or broken, they're usually really good at refunding me. And for the most part, I don't even have to send the item back. There are a few things now that they're getting busier and stuff. Obviously, people scam, not just companies, but also people. And I think a lot of individuals who order from Temu try to take advantage of Temu by saying they received something damaged or they no longer need it. Because it used to be Temu would just refund you and you could keep the item. And I think people took advantage of that. Now, with things that have a little more value or a little more expensive, if you say that they're damaged, Temu will refund you, but now they want you to send the item back. And I think that's just because individuals tried to scam Temu, unfortunately. But I've never had an issue. So we have another package here. I can't remember everything in here. I know I ordered some tank tops specifically for work that I want to pair with like a blazer. So let's open it up and see everything in here. Oh yes, I forgot I got that too. Okay. Ooh, that's what I was like, what's so heavy in here? Let's start with tank tops. Let me grab my phone and I'm going to give you prices. Okay. My orders, yes. Okay, here we go. So there's supposed to be 5 items in here, okay? I ordered 2 sets of tank tops. These ones, they're called 2-piece chic ribbed knit tank tops with a mock neck. So not like a complete turtleneck, but a little bit higher of a neckline. I ordered like a really pretty purple and kind of a green color. It was $14.85. They said light green. I also ordered them in black and gray. So this is what they look like according to the picture. So they look like a really nice soft material. This is how they come. So there should be, here we go, purple and light green and a gray and a black. I ordered them in, I think, an extra large. What size did I order? Extra large, yes. And I did look at the sizing chart on these. Now, the gray and black were cheaper, $11.19 for the gray and black and $14.85 for the other colors. And you will find that. So you got to really watch, because when they're advertising an item, it'll probably have like a really cheap price, but sometimes when you click on the item, the price could change because that cheap price can be associated with a specific color. So you got to be really careful. Let's just open it up and have a look at the quality. So they are nice and soft. Okay. So this was an extra large, you guys. Now the first thing I notice, not overly happy about this, they're kind of see-through. Now, not when you double it, but if I just look at it single layer, I can kind of see, you guys. Like, I don't know if you can see, but they are kind of see-through. I'm worried that's not going to be great for a business setting. Also, this is an extra large. I don't know if I would call this an extra large. I did look at the sizing chart, but I'm thinking this is more like a large. Now, with that said, they are a little stretchy. So if you like wearing your tank tops tight, form-fitting to your body, then I would say, yeah, this is maybe an extra large. But if you want it to be a little bit loose, you might want to size up. Another thing is it looks like the armholes are quite, well, maybe not. They look like they're kind of low. So I don't know. But I mean, they are nice and soft. I'm going to have to try them on and see how they actually fit. But like I said, my plan is to wear a blazer over top. Let's just open the black and gray just to kind of see. They should be the same, but just want to make sure. So yes, they're soft. Yes, they're kind of see-through again. A little bit. Black and gray. They look like the same kind of size, same cut. Like, I'm pretty sure they're the exact same, just different color. As far as washing directions go, it says they are 95% polyester, 5% spandex, so there is a little stretch. They shouldn't shrink because there's no cotton in it. It does say it's machine wash, and you can put it in the dryer, and you can also iron on low if needed. It also says here dry clean is possible, but I try to avoid dry cleaning if possible because it's very expensive. So we're going to have to try those on to make sure they fit, but I'm hoping they do. They're definitely as described. They look like the picture, the whole thing. And they are extra large. Okay, the other thing that I got, again for work, these are socks. I know it sounds weird. I think I got 5 pairs of just black socks because I noticed all the socks that I own are either like really thick socks because I have issues with Raynaud's syndrome and my feet are ice cold half the time, so I need really thick socks. But I'm planning on going back to work, and that means I'm going to need more of a dress shoe, which means my socks will be showing. So either my socks that I currently have are way too thick, or they're like workout socks. And what I mean by that is, like, they look like this. Like they have branding and they're bright colored. And that doesn't really go with a dress shoe. So I'm like, I need just plain, thin, black dress socks. And I didn't have any. So I bought some. I'm pretty sure I got a 5-pack. And they came in 5, 10, or 15 pairs. And you could choose black or beige. I think I just went 5 pairs black. It was $4.37, so less than $1. This is how they come packaged. They are just like a one size. And, oh, actually, this, I must have got 10 pairs because I'm like, that's way more than 5. How many pairs are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I must have miscounted, but there's got to be 10 pairs here. Now, I thought these were socks because they're called women's socks. Women's short socks. However, these are what I would call nylons. Can you see? They look like nylons. They're very see-through. I was hoping that these were actual socks. Now, these will still work for my dress shoes, obviously. What I'm worried about is my feet are going to get really cold because of my Raynaud syndrome. But they will work. I mean, these are always good to have for dress shoes and things like that. I may have to pick up some thicker socks, though. I was hoping that these would be more of actual, you know, a thicker, like a thin sock, but an actual sock. I would call these like nylons. I just want to recount these real quick to make sure I didn't miscount. So there's 2 pair, 3 pair, 4 pair, 5 pair, 6 pair. Oh, here we go. I think this is the one I missed. 7 pair, 8 pair, 9 pair. Nope. I'm literally missing one. Okay, let's do it again. 1 pair. Make sure nothing fell out. 2 pair. 3 pair, 4 pair, 5 pair, 6 pair, 7 pair, 8 pair, 9 pair, and 1. So I have 9 pair and a single. It's supposed to be 10. I'm obviously missing one. I have checked everywhere. I did not drop any. So I'm definitely going to notify Temu that number 1, I'm missing one. And number 2, these are not what I thought they were. Because they're under $5, chances are Temu will refund me and just say that I can keep them, which is kind of nice. So I'll probably just do that and then put that refund toward different socks that hopefully are actual socks. So that's fine. But it does say here, solid crew socks. That's not the description I would say. I wouldn't say those are solid crew socks. I would say those are nylons. Looking at the reviews, it doesn't really say anything. One person says interesting material, but does the job. I assume it's because, you know. See, if you, yeah. You have to really, this is what I mean by you have to really look at the whole description. Because I was just going off the words, crew socks. But if you scroll down, here it says, thin stockings. That tells me nylons. And if you scroll through the picture, it does show that. If I had seen that, I would have been like, that's not what I want, and I wouldn't have ordered them. So again, rookie mistake on me. You do really have to pay attention. But that's fine. They'll fix it. Okay, let's look at what else we have in here. That's not what I want to see. Order information. Okay, so we have those. I also ordered a 2-in-1 dual purpose glass cleaner with 5 colors to choose from. So this is supposed to be an extendable glass cleaner because we have a 2-story house and we've got some windows really high that, number one, I probably do have a ladder tall enough to reach, but I'm scared of heights. So there's no way I'm going up on a ladder to clean my window. But if I can be on the grounds and have an extended pole, it may work. So that's what I got. Okay, this is the description. This is what it looks like. Okay. It says it can clean 5-meter high-rise glass. So 5 meters is approximately 15 feet, which I'm hoping will be tall enough for me to reach. And if not, even standing on like a little step ladder or something, hopefully that will give me the extra feet I need to reach our window. I paid $25 for this, is what I paid. It came in different colors, but again, different colors mean different prices. This does have like a, sorry, it's gonna be loud, like a microfiber type of cloth, but I think it also has a squeegee portion to it as well. Let's just open it up and look. Yes, it does. So I'm hoping this will work. Okay. So this is what it looks like. So you've got your little microfiber, but then it has the squeegee. Now I'm hoping that this will work really well in the windows. It also has this, hang on. Is there a button for this? How does this push? Oh, push, there we go. So it has this part, so you can click it to go straight, or you can have it go this way, or you can have it go this way. So you can adjust it, which is nice. And then, like I said, it has all the tubing to get it really high. So I'm hoping this will work on my windows, because they're kind of dirty. So we'll have to wait and see for spring, because where I live, we just got a little snowstorm. Isn't that fun? So hopefully this works. I mean, you can use it inside as well, but typically I just use, you know, paper towel and a cleaner on my inside windows. That back in there. But hopefully that'll be okay. Okay, and then one more thing, you guys. One more thing I got. I was hoping this was going to be hardcover, but it isn't. And I did get the English version, so I did at least check that. This is a book, Grimm's Fairy Tales. Now, the reason I got this is because I grew up in the 80s. I know I'm aging myself. It's okay. And I grew up with stories like Hansel and Gretel, The Princess and the Frog. I don't know. Is that Grimm's? I don't know. I grew up on Grimm's fairy tales. But I've heard that Grimm's fairy tales actually are really dark. And that's not what I remember from my childhood. For example, Cinderella. We've all seen the movie, the Disney movie, right? Where Cinderella loses a glass slipper. The prince tries to find the woman that fits the glass slipper so he knows who the woman is he's looking for. And I don't know exactly how it is, but someone said, or I read it somewhere, that in the original Grimm's fairy tale of Cinderella, one of the evil stepsisters, who apparently had huge feet, and there's no way that glass slipper was going to fit on her foot, I heard the original story, she actually cut her toes off or her foot off or something. Something happened. Don't quote me on that. But I heard like it's really dark. And I've heard all the stories are really dark. For example, like the one where Little Red Riding Hood, I heard something like the wolf actually eats everyone. I don't know. It's supposed to be dark. So I got this hoping that these were original. Hoping that these were the dark version. Because I kind of want to read it. Now, this obviously, I mean, it's got a nice shiny cover. But obviously, like, there's nothing on the back. This is obviously like a reprint kind of thing. It says The Complete Grimm's Fairy Tales. So there are a lot of stories in here. So I'll just read you all the stories in this book. Some of these I've never heard of. The Golden Bird, Hans and Luck, Jorinda and Jorindel, The Traveling Musicians, Old Sultan, The Straw, the Coal, and the Bean, Briar Rose, I've heard of that one, The Dog and the Sparrow, The 12 Dancing Princesses, The Fisherman and His Wife, The Willow Wren and the Bear, The Frog Prince, I've heard of that one, Cat and Mouse in Partnership, The Goose Girl, The Adventures of Chanticleer and Partlet, Rapunzel, I've heard of that one, Fun de Vogel, The Valiant Little Tailor, Hansel and Gretel, I've heard of that one, The Mouse, the Bird, and the Sausage, Mother Holly, Little Red Cap, or Little Red Riding Hood, I've heard of that one, The Robber Bridegroom, Tom Thumb, I've heard of that one, Rumpelstiltskin, I've heard of that one, Clever Gretel, The Old Man and His Grandson, The Little Peasant, Frederick and Catherine, Sweetheart Roland, Snowdrop, The Pink, Clever Elsie, The Miser in the Bush, Ash Puddle, The White Snake, The Wolf and the 7 Little Kids, The Queen Bee, The Elves and the Shoemaker, I've heard of that one, The Juniper Tree, The Turnip, Clever Hands, The 3 Languages, The Fox and the Cat, The 4 Clever Brothers, Lily and the Lion, The Fox and the Horse, The Blue Light, The Raven, The Golden Goose, I've heard of that one, The Water of Life, The 12 Huntsmen, The King of the Golden Mountain, Dr. Know-All, The 7 Ravens, The Wedding of Mrs. Fox, The Salad, The Story of the Youth Who Went Forth to Learn What Fear Is, King Grizzlybeard, Iron Hands, Catskin, Snow White and Rose Red. I've heard of Snow White and Rose Red. So those are all the ones in here. I don't know. I'm going to read it and find out. I'm going to read it and find out if these are dark or not. Now, let me know in the comments if you have been following along with our Turn the Page Thursday book club series. Currently, we're reading Stephen King, You Like It Darker. Should we read this for book club? These are very short stories. Like, I read you all the stories, and this is how big the book is. So these are very short stories. Maybe we should try a few in book club and see what we think. But let me know in the comments if you're watching that series with me or listening to that series. Let me know what you think about that, because interesting. So that's the other thing that I got from Temu. So we are waiting still on a couple packages. They kind of split up my shipments for some reason, and we're still waiting on a couple. So we'll have to wait and see what happens there. But yeah, that is it for today's Fun Friday. I hope you guys are having fun today. Let me know what you're doing for fun. And I'm hoping that very soon we're going to have another Fun Friday game night with Matthew, because those are always fun and I love doing those. So yeah, make sure you've subscribed and you've clicked that notification bell so you get notified every single time I post a new video. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, we'll see you guys next time. Bye.